Hi, I am Lee Dixon with I Am Player for You Are My Arsenal.
Lee, can you give us a little insight into what it's like for a player when the season ends? Right after your season ends, you've got a summer ahead of you. What does that feel like for a player?
Well, I think it's changed slightly. I think in my day, or certainly in the early to mid part of my career, it was you had a certain amount of time off that seemed to be longer in them days. Some was like six to 8 weeks off, and it was like, right, do absolutely nothing. I was a lot younger then. Fitness wasn't a problem. You tended to go away and not really do anything, just relax on holiday, take the kids out of school because it was obviously hard. That's a problem for footballers, is that it's half term. The school holidays are back in July, the summer school holidays, and we're back to work for the next season then. So you tend to have to go in the May half term, take them out of school for a week, go away for a couple of weeks with the family, just completely chill out, not watch any football or anything. And then a week before you probably come back to training, start doing a few runs here and there. But I think nowadays the players don't get as much time off. Their fitness levels don't drop that much. So there's definitely a change in their attitude towards. It seems to be a lot more professional players in the good old days. You come back overweight, and they'd have to spend a good 6 weeks getting fit again. I think that's all changed. Lot of emphasis on the physical aspects of the game, and they'll be monitored during training. They wear heart monitors now during training, so their fitness is spot on during the season. They'll be tested when they come back. So it's changed a lot. Gone are the days of piling on £10 and coming back over. Well, I'd never used to. I couldn't carry £10, but some of the lads used to. Not naming any names.
Oh, I
Paul
was just
Merson.
about to ask that. What's your take on the fans' frustration with the 6% price increase for season ticket prices in the coming season, considering they've been without any silverware for the last 6 years?
It's understandable. I think any rise in any sort of ticket price is always a problem. Fans look at it and say, why should our prices go up every year? And it's just the way the club is structured. I think they're one of the most expensive tickets in town or in the Premier League. Arsenal been probably seen some of the best football you'll ever want to watch at Arsenal at times. Had a lot of success in the past. Now the frustration's boiling over because they are 6 seasons without a trophy. So I can understand their frustration, but I also can understand the club's position as a business model, and that they are the envy of the world in the way they run their football club. And sometimes they have to make unpopular decisions. That is certainly one of them. Maybe they could have put it off for a year and said freeze prices. Not a good time to be telling the fans that they need to pay 6% more for their weekly ticket, because they're quite frustrated at the moment. So I can understand both sides, but maybe it was a decision that could have been suspended for a year.
Is it true that George Graham tied the back four together in training?
There is this this myth that goes around. I wouldn't say it's a myth, or this rumour that goes around that we all held onto a piece of rope and it's. Do you know what? It's been said so many times, and this is an honest truth. This has been said so many times, and it is a way of describing how the back four we used to play as a back four. In fact, I've done it with bottle tops with a piece of string to one of the reserve team players when I was towards the end of my career and I was playing in the reserves after injury, trying to teach a centre-half, trying to teach him where to be with these bottle tops. And I honestly can't remember whether we ever actually got a piece of rope out in training and did it. I seem to vaguely remember us holding a piece of rope at some point, because it does the actual description of that piece of rope between all players is a perfect way to explain how the back four works and how it shifts across the pitch. And the same, and when you move a player forward, it drags the others in and up in a way that a piece of rope does. If you use bottle tops, and a piece of string does, if you move a bottle top, the other pieces go with it. So it's quite a useful tool, but I can't honestly remember whether we actually did that. I'm sure knowing George, we probably did. I vaguely remember a big piece of rope being lying around the training ground, but I can't remember whether we actually held on to it or not.
I dread to think what it could have been useful if it wasn't for that.
Well, you never know.
Just to string up someone who missed a sitter at the weekend. Which of the players from your era, besides yourself, obviously, would most benefit the current team?
Tony Adams, David Seaman, Nigel Winterburn.
There's a pattern here.
I haven't finished yet. Martin Keown, Patrick Vieira, Manu Petit, Dennis Bergkamp's, he's retired, so Dennis Bergkamp. the
That'll
rest,
do,
and the
that'll
rest
do
of
for
them.
now.